The last of the Aseret Dibros, for most people, I imagine, might indeed be the most difficult Dibra that was presented to Klal Yisrael by Hashem Yisbarach. For after all, says the Ibn Ezra, lo sachmod, not ever coveting or being desirous of something belonging to another. Eich yihye adam shelo yachmod davar yafa belibo, kol ma shehu nechmod amara eino. How is it possible to go through life, says the Ibn Ezra, without, at one point or another, looking at that which belongs to our neighbor, to another individual, and saying, if I only lived in that house, if I had such a house, if I had such a spouse, if I had such belongings, such chattel, well, my life would be so different. I'd be so much happier. I'd be so much more greatly empowered. I could do so many wonderful things that I cannot do otherwise. Were I only to be a rich man, says Tevye, ay Ribbon Shalom, what I could accomplish. And Ibn Ezra gives the famous answer that we should look at life and that which we possess as being granted to us by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and anything that has not been granted to us by Hashem, like the villager who never sets eyes upon the daughter of the king because he knows that it's simply not within his purview. In his greatest fantasies and dreams, he could never aspire to having the relationship with the daughter of the king. But I think if we look at the pasuk, perhaps the pasuk itself presents us with a way that we cannot fall being entrapped in such a matter. The pasuk says, "Lo sachma beis reyacha." Don't covet the house in which your friend lives. Lo sachma eshes reyacha, nor his wife. V'yavdo v'amaso v'sharo v'chamaro, nor his servants, nor his cattle. And then the pasuk concludes, "V'chol asher reyacha," nor anything belonging to your friend. And it's always bothered me. After we've already mentioned the most important things in life, the house and the spouse and the cattle or the car that's seen in the driveway. What else is there? What am I going to be jealous of? His pickup sticks? Or his lawnmower? What's v'chol asher reyacha? And perhaps what the pasuk is telling us, don't think to yourself, if you only had the house, or you only had the spouse, or you only had the servants, or you only had the car, why you'd be so much happier, so much more energized, so much more giving and empowered to benefit the lives of others. Because until and unless you understand and appreciate that if you're going to be jealous of one particular thing belonging to another Jew, that you have to understand that it's part of v'chol asher l'reyacha, the entire package which that person has been granted. Until and unless you understand that every family and every person, no matter what he or she has been granted, has brachos from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but has challenges no less. And until you understand that everyone has a pekala, everyone has a package, everyone has his daily demons, everyone has his stresses, and you never really know the stresses and the challenges and the lack of shalom bayis, or the urges, or the terrible fixations that other individuals have beyond what you happen to see in his driveway, or when he comes to shul on Shabbos with his family. So until you understand that if you're going to be jealous of someone, you need to appreciate that were you to have that thing, that it would come with v'chol asher l'reyacha, all the other things to which that particular thing is attached, and you wouldn't want it. Until you realize that, don't be so foolish to be jealous. Because when you realize that anything that someone possesses is part of a greater package, v'chol asher l'reyacha, then you may indeed say to yourself, why, how lucky I am being so blessed by the Eibishter, that I have what I have, and I have what I need to accomplish, to be happy, to do much more than simply survive within the package that I have been given. Have a wonderful Shabbos.